Alright everyone, welcome to the More Cardman channel, and can you believe it? I have decided to record another episode of Chat with Cardy. Do I call this season 3 or do I not bother and just see where it takes me? Because it'd be kind of cool to get them out maybe more frequently, once every week or two, but I'm not going to be committed to a certain schedule. Or it's just the fact that I kind of want to film them again because I got things I kind of want to talk about, and maybe putting it up on the More Karma channel isn't the worst idea. Because one day, if this gets monetized, if these things get good watch time, then that'd be pretty cool. So currently just filming this on the Tuesday. I think on the Sunday it'd be a good time to get them out and like review the week. I might actually do that, reviewing the week. So it is the Tuesday, so let's just scrap this week and go over last week. Obviously, I came back from USA and Mexico not that long ago, 10 days ago, and talk a bit more about that a little bit later on, because there are a few things that are kind of interesting that maybe people want to listen to me talk about. But last week I had one of the more productive weeks I've had in quite some time, at least when it comes to YouTube, my personal life, and just other things. I got up to quite a bit. And yeah, like the weekend for me was genuinely a time that I could relax, whereas the 5 days of the weekday, I think every day I had some commitment to the channel where I did something at least. On Monday I edited the vlog, one of the travel vlogs, which I've gotten a few out now. I think the last one I got out was yesterday, so I released that. I uploaded 2 videos that were footy related. Finally got the footy content back. It was the Guernsey video and the upsets video, both performing quite well, particularly the Guernsey video. And I actually think that style of video is a good one to go for the off season, because I've had a really, really difficult channel, and I think it might be raining. It's 36 degrees and it looks like it might be raining at the moment. It's been a hot last few days in Melbourne, which I'm not too annoyed about. I mean, I don't really know why it's Feb. Feb seems to be the hottest month. It should be January or December. But as I was saying, finally got the footy content back out, which is sort of like a much needed relief, because I hate the off season. January was so frustrating for me on the channel because I thought I uploaded some pretty good videos. I thought the Mexico America vlogs were pretty good, but I knew they weren't really going to get that much of an audience. I thought maybe the NBA one could have, but no. I thought the history of the MCG deserved better. I spent like a week on that. And it was more also the fact that I actually went out of my way, spent money to go to the sports museum, pretty much take up half a day to get extra information for it. So I really wanted to knuckle down and take my time on it. So I still don't think that's a video that will completely flop. I know it started poorly and all that, and not well in January getting more of an audience. But I think over time people click on that video. It's evergreen content, I think. History videos are evergreen content. So yeah, that's not too much of an issue. And I got a couple of the early ladder predictions out as well. But yeah, February's a month where we're almost halfway through it. We've got the pre-season coming up soon on the Sunday, Melbourne v Richmond. I'm really looking forward to it, getting the graphics actually, utilised on the stream, because I've spent quite a bit of time on graphics over the last couple of weeks for the live reactions, and I think they're definitely a big upgrade from the ones last year, and I thought the ones last year were pretty good as well. So over time, upgrading, and hopefully the live reactions this year are more watchable, because I've had times where I've not really been wanting to do them because sometimes viewers haven't been up. I haven't had the motivation to really sit through a whole game and keep the viewers entertained. There might be reasons for that. And, the laptop that I've had for the most part has been a piece of shit. So I'm really glad that I actually made the upgrade to the one that I got now. I'm almost saying it's a bit of a blessing in disguise that in the November period, where it was a nothing period at the channel. As I said before, I didn't really upload much. I think I only uploaded 2 videos because I had no motivation to, because there was nothing really to post, and I couldn't really do a lot with a laptop that would give me the blue screen of death 10 times a day, and that was the case for like a good week. There was a clip of me where I literally kicked my monitor over and I broke it. So I've got a new one now. The monitors I have now actually aren't that great. They're not made for streaming or YouTube or gaming or anything like that. They're made for, I think, office work. Because I think one of the ones that I used to have, that might have been the one that broke, I did steal from my dad's work, and it's not that good. But I still think it's fine. I don't really care too much about the screen quality as much as other people would. I think I am going on a bit of a tangent now because I can't even remember what I was talking about. But what I'm saying mainly is just the fact that a new laptop is a major upgrade and a necessity. It'll mean that streaming should be flawless, hopefully, with no issues. And I haven't really seen an issue yet with the streaming on the channel with my new laptop. So for the AFL Live reactions, that means I can actually watch the footy on the big screen, on the laptop, on the monitor, instead of having to watch it on the phone half the time. It wasn't ideal. I couldn't really watch the game properly. And if you're going to be watching as much footy as I do, you want to be watching it on a half-decent screen. Yes, it's better watching on TV. I've got KO, that's the next best option. But I don't really want to be worrying about having KO buffer on my phone and then wanting to read chat or wanting to check messages on my phone. Pain in the ass. So I think the live reaction this year, I'm really optimistic, and I'm going to be getting a couple of the practice games a week because I want to see if they can help reach more of an audience, because there will be people that haven't got any way of getting to some of the games. For example, Melbourne v Richmond on the Sunday. I don't really know why 10 a.m. on a Sunday they picked that was the time. I know that's open to the fans, but they're not really accommodating to the fans for the first week for most of the games because they're all played on like Wednesday, 11 a.m. Shit times. Let me know down below in the comments if you're going to any of those match simulation games. Luckily for the Saints, it's at RSCA on a Friday, 2 p.m. So I can go to that against the Bombers. I think I know a few people who are also going to that game. So I'll probably make a video. But with the match sim games, I think maybe do a couple and hoping to get us some people. Because those match simulation games, for some reason, do better than the pre-season games. The last 2 years, my match simulation vlogs have far excelled my pre-season vlogs. I don't know why. It's the reason why the match sim vlogs and streams, you know, for them doing better is because of the fact that maybe, I don't know, people are so starved of footy, they finally get footy, but then they don't really care as much for the pre-season. They're sort of waiting for the main stuff. I don't know. It could be the fact that they haven't been able to go to the game, because I remember I did a Carlton v St Kilda vlog for pre-season of 2022, and the reason why I did so well is because, one, I think I got it out that day. Two, the time of the game was terrible. And yeah, three, like, people, because they couldn't go to the game or watch it, they wanted to click on the video to see how certain plays went. So I think it's a good idea to do some of the match sim games and the practice games. I might do like 5 combined. Hoping to get to 20. Sorry, I keep saying 20. I am obviously in the 30Ks, 32K subscribers as the rain's starting to come down. I didn't think there'd be rain at all, but I think it's going to be light. 32K by the end of the month would be good through the streams and some of the other videos. And yeah, then the footy season starts soon, opening round. That's what I'm going to be probably grinding with the streams, getting 4 of them out. And I'm hoping to probably stream on average 2 a week. I did a stream a week ago on the games this year to see which ones I'm going to be attending and the live reaction and all that. I might talk a little bit more about that later if I have time, because I don't want this to go that much longer than an hour. But yeah, I mean, my week, let's go through it, because I haven't really talked about the videos I've uploaded, which is fair enough. Getting back to the footy content, as that sounds like genuine hail. So I hope the mic that I'm using picks. What the There's no fucking way I decide to record this and it's hailing really heavily on the roof. There is no way. It's going to affect the audio quality big time. I think it's going to go very soon though, so we're going to just continue and just push through it. I think it's already about to dim down actually, which is good. I don't want it to be hailing. Work is also going well. For those that don't already know, I have a job that is on YouTube. Outside of YouTube, I work at Woolies 2 times a week, and it's sort of a part-time contract at the moment, which I'm actually kind of alright with, because it means that I can just say when I want to work, and then it doesn't have to change or anything like that. Don't worry about it. I get, you know, pretty much guaranteed over $1,000 a month. I think 1.1k, which is just extra income, and realistically, it shouldn't take away any time I have in making videos on the channel and actually doing stuff on the channel at all, because the shifts are on Thursday and Friday mornings and from 6 to 11. So I actually think that's a pretty good time slot. I know I'm not a big morning person. I'll talk a bit more about the fact that my sleep schedule has gotten a little bit better, which has helped accommodate for that. But I prefer to finish early than finish late, because obviously on a Thursday night, I'm not going to be working then when I want to be watching the footy. I don't want to be working at any time when there's footy at all, even if there's like on the couch or AFL 360. I'd rather be watching that. I don't want to freaking work at night, because they're the perfect streaming times. So working when people are at school a couple times a week, starting early isn't that bad. It means I just use my time more wisely the night before. Don't be an idiot and stay up till 4 in the morning doing fuck all watching YouTube. I'll still stream on Thursday nights. The issue on the Thursday night, if I want to go to a game, I'll get back a bit late, not get much sleep, which will be something I have to worry about for the Saints v Collingwood game. But just because I've got a 6 a.m. wake up or whatever, it doesn't mean I'm not going to Saints v Collingwood. Fuck that. Like, if I have to stay up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. editing, I'll do that. You know, I'll drink a couple of Red Bulls. I don't even honestly drink energy drinks, but if I have to, and I only really drink Red Bulls and energy drinks, and it's very rarely, is if I'm genuinely on fuck all sleep and I have to stay awake, and I'm out. And I'm out and about, because I remember I bought a couple of Red Bulls and had to just drink them after coming back from a flight. I'm trying to remember which flight it was, because I came back early in the morning. There's actually a chance it might have been Perth. I think it would have been Perth. I remember I arrived at like 5 in the morning or something ridiculous like that. I got like no sleep because it was pretty difficult to get sleep, or barely any. And I had to take the bus and the train back. And I'm just like, I'm going to have to get some food for starters, but have to get something to just keep me awake. Ultimately, I think I ended up going to bed and woke up at like 2 p.m. But, you know, that's that, I guess. So working 2 times a week, being more productive. I feel more productive in a day when that happens. And it's better than waking up at 11 a.m. or 12, which I haven't done once in the last 8 days, or since I've gotten back really from Melbourne. And I've also been going to the gym 3 times a week, which I really want to actually start getting some good gains. I've gotten gains, but gains that people may not notice as much. So eating is definitely something that I need to do. So yeah, just go a few times a week, stay consistent, but eating is just as important as the training, because if you're doing all the training but you're not eating as much or enough, then you're not really going to seek the rewards that you should be getting. So that's something I want to be doing. Hopefully obviously by summer, it'd be great if I had a decent body. It'd be good for getting the ladies. And also, if I do get a call up for either the Div 12 Rezzies or the Wattle Animals, the new team that Marmalade and a few of the other lads are going to be a part of, I've been asked to, maybe be a call up for one of the games. So hopefully, get a bit fitter and all that shit, because that'll be playing against, big bodied, fully grown men. And the last time I played footy was under 16s, and I was still getting thrown around. But back then, I was a twig, and yeah, right now it's not as bad. It's still not where I would like it to be. So the gym, I've got YouTube videos, I have work, I have a couple of TikToks. I've got obviously that, I got the KFC one out. I want to get maybe 1 or 2 a week, maybe just 1 for now. And also, I actually got to hang out with people. I got to have a good time on the weekend. I think the weekends for mine, at least now, until the footy season, because I know the weekends are going to be really fucking hectic in the footy season. I know that, and I'm prepared for it. But at least for now, I want to sort of enjoy the weekends, so maybe not worry about editing on weekends and uploading or anything like that. Friday, I had Dylan over, one of my mates who I go to gym with and used to go to school with. He came over for a reacting video stream. I thought it was alright. He was a bit cringe, to be honest with you, so there's a chance I might actually not get it back on for one of those streams. He doesn't know much about AFL either, which makes it difficult, but good to go and do something with someone that night and not have to worry about, working or anything like that. And also, it was good that I got to see he has his own setup and does YouTube sometimes, streams. It's a decent setup, actually. Saturday, I went to Laneway with a few of my good mates who I still do stuff with, who I used to go to school with. And I'm not a festival sort of person. I might talk a little bit about that, actually. Just, it's interesting life topics. This isn't a footy podcast. I could mention footy and talk about it a little bit, but it's not a footy podcast. And I don't even know if I call it a podcast. It's just I don't even freaking know what to call it. I guess you call it a podcast. But it's not a podcast if it's not on Spotify. So maybe I should figure out a way to get that on Spotify. Since I'm by myself, right, I will be rambling a lot. If you are new to the Chat with Cardy series, I'm hoping to, get them out as I said before. Once or twice a month, maybe once a week. Who knows? If I've got like a weekly recap. But the weekly recap has already taken like a good 15 minutes. But Laneway was pretty good, actually. I wasn't planning on going, nor did I know when it was until like a day before. Because on Saturday, I didn't really have plans to do anything. I was probably just going to edit my Mexico City vlog, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I decided to just wait, because that could wait. It's not a video that needed to get out Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, the thing about Laneway, right, though, is I was talking about, I've got to be eating a lot more for the gym and all that shit. I got up at 9:30, I think it was, so I have been getting better with my sleep. I was on my phone for an hour because I didn't really feel like getting out of bed yet. I was pretty tired as well because I stayed up on a call quite late the night before. And I decided to get over at 10:30. There was really nothing in the house for breakfast, which really annoyed me. Normally I'd have like maybe eggs. There wasn't cereal. I literally had a glass of milk and I think a banana. So that was all I was running on fuel-wise. So I definitely would have liked a good lunch. I went at around 11:30, caught up with a few of my mates and my mate's brother and a few of my mate's girlfriend's friends. So it was like a big group of people that some I didn't know, but over the course of the day, I became, well, I don't know about friends, but I knew them, started talking to them and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was good. I mean, festivals, I would never go to a festival by myself because I am not the sort of person that is that into live music that I would do that. And I don't know a wide range of artists. I only know like the mainstream artists for the most part. A few there I did know. I knew Steve Lacey, I knew Stormzy, and I knew another one, but I forgot the name. But obviously there were more than just the 2 or 3. I think we saw like 6 or 7 sets. We got there at 1. It was a great day for it. Still probably a bit hotter than a perfect festival day, but I think it's better to be like good warm weather. If it was today or whatever it was on Sunday or Monday, it's been a heat wave as of late. That would have been shit because that's like 34, 35 degrees. And I think in Perth on the Sunday, that festival was 38 degrees. So I've only ever been to 3 festivals in my life. I only go if I have a decent amount of people going with me. I still probably wouldn't even go with a 2 or 3 people. I'd have to go with a good group to actually have a good time because, it's quite expensive as well. And I'm, as I said before, not the biggest person when it comes to music. I still listen to music and enjoy listening to music, don't get me wrong. But I don't really like it being one of the people, at least with the people I'm hanging out with, who don't really know the songs. And I remember one of the songs, I didn't know the lyrics, and everyone else was singing, and I felt like a fucking idiot because I knew some of it, I didn't know all of it. I knew the chorus, but I was sort of guessing lyrics, and it's like, I was just thinking, I know it's something probably people wouldn't choose if they were to pick like a superpower or something that they could have, if you could call it a superpower, because I don't really know if it's considered one. If you knew the song, every single song you knew the entire lyrics for, that would make life so much easier, because there are always situations where I wish I could sing along to a song with other people, or, just in general, it'd be nice to, have a wider range of artists and songs and all that to listen to. It'd be great if I knew the lyrics of the songs. So in festivals and all that, singing along to the songs when you know the lyrics make the song 10 times better to jam out to and shit like that for live music particularly. But even just in general, if you're at a party and a couple of people want to sing the song and prove that you actually have a good taste of music, that'll impress people 100%. I know that for a fact it would. But anyways, I mean, that's just something I thought of. It'd be kind of cool to have that ability. If you just knew every single song, it didn't matter what song it was, even if it was in fucking Portuguese, you'd be able to sing to the song in Portuguese without a shadow of a doubt. Because I'm even shit with the lyrics to songs I know quite well. I remember and if the people who do listen to this remember, I remember I went to Haz's house after the cricket game late last year, and I was with, who was there, Mardo, Blake, Menza, Haz and I, and we did a few competitions to see who got the best beds. A few of them were guess the logo I was pretty good at, guess the YouTuber was one, guess the flag, guess the sports logo, guess the NBA logo. So all of that sort of stuff. We also did guess the lyric, and for quite a few of the songs, I definitely knew almost all, but I just didn't know the actual lyrics because I couldn't remember the actual lyrics after the first course or verse was sung. So I was sort of shit with that, even though I probably should have been better since I knew the songs. So yeah, anyways, like the Leno was pretty good. I'd rate it maybe a 7.5 out of 10 because food was really pissing me off. I didn't eat till 3 and I wanted to get something before we left, like at Flinders Street. But the thing is, right, it was so packed and people wanted to get there early and I wasn't going to be the person to be like, oh, well, I've got to get food, so you got to wait 20 minutes for me, or me having to set myself away from the group and having to meet them there. I didn't want to do that fucking shit. I decided to just go with them. And I slightly regret not bringing my own alcohol in because alcohol and just everything there is so expensive. Obviously, they're going to do that and inflate the prices because they can. And they know people will pay for it because the food there was quite expensive as expected. I think I paid $20 for a hot dog and chips. And I got a pretty small serving size with the chips. It didn't help how the guy dropped half of them on the floor. And, that really pissed me off considering I was running on a basically empty stomach up until 3 p.m. And I did not eat for the rest of the day because from 3 onwards, we decided to go and watch another set. And I think we just stayed in that area for pretty much the entire time because we wanted a good spot. And it is a fucking pain in the ass, man, if you've ever been in the position or the situation trying to get out if you need to take a piss from the massive crowd of people because you might walk in and it's fine, but an hour later when especially when the songs are playing and all that sort of shit, it is a massive crowd of people that you have to push and scavenge your way out of, and it's actually kind of difficult and awkward and annoying and all that sort of stuff. And also your feet hurt when you've been standing up for 4 hours straight. It's the same when I went to Fed Square last year and on the Matildas games. Like after like freaking an hour or two of just standing up without having a chance to sit down, my feet get a little bit tired just standing there. Like if I was running, I don't even think it'd be as bad or walking, but it's the fact that I'm just standing, not getting the chance to move or really properly stretch my legs. So yeah, that's something as well that I had. That was a little bit annoying in the Fed Square. I remember Lockie Miller fucked his back over one night in Fed Square as well for the World Cup games. I missed the World Cup games. They were good. I'm glad I'm not hanging around with a lot of the people that were back then, but it's just different periods, right? The community and all that shit changes. So Leno was on Saturday. I got back home pretty late. Then on Sunday was the Marmalade/Bull Magnets training session, I think you call it. I didn't really know what to expect when I went there, but a few of the Marmalade lads wanted me down, so I thought to myself, yeah, definitely head down considering I had nothing on, especially in the morning. And I tried to convince a few of the other people down. It was good because no wankers, no rejects, no hacks were there that I know of that could have made the day really crap. Because sometimes when those sort of people hang out, I'll go to certain events, they just don't fucking stop following me. And I feel like an asshole telling them to piss off, but deep down I don't want to do anything with those people because, they're not really my friends. They're sort of annoying and all that. But anyways, that wasn't the case on the day. Got there a little bit late, unfortunately, because I sort of slept in. I did say I got back home late from Laneway and I just needed a bit of sleep and I slept in my alarm and all that sort of stuff. I was going to do like a GoPro members vlog. Unfortunately, I couldn't really do that because I hadn't charged my GoPro the night before. And I thought, okay, I'll just film using my camera, but it was just too difficult when I was there because who was I going to get to film for me? I wasn't going to actually partake in the sessions, but have my camera out whilst doing the drills because it would have been seen a bit wankerish, and it's all for a members vlog that it doesn't really matter. So I'll have to figure out some bit of members content to get out soon, maybe this week. But the whole, event was actually really, really good, really fun. Tommy Mitchell was there. He remembered me from the last time, obviously, that goal kicking challenge occurred with Crips and all that. So that was cool. Heaps of merch as well. I think they probably thought maybe slightly more people would have shown up to the event considering they had heaps of merch. I don't know though. Maybe they just wanted the people there to get as much free merch as possible. But I got like fucking 2 hoodies, a shirt, a training singlet, I think, and a pair of shorts. And I think I also got a couple extra stuff. So I might maybe do a giveaway for something. I gave another one to someone else as well. I think, Chris got a jumper. I'll give it to him tomorrow. So yeah, people that didn't go probably would have regretted it because the merch is really nice, comfy, and it looks good. And that's pretty much all you want with merch. You know what I mean? And it needs to look nice and comfy enough and something that you're not going to feel embarrassed wearing, which I wouldn't feel embarrassed wearing any of that for sure. But the whole gist of it, like, obviously, the Marmalade lads were there. So Shrey, Checkers, Will, Jarrah, Bailey was there. Connor Rogers was there. Caden was there. Haz was there. Brother Blake, Scoop. So, some pretty notable figures in the scene. And we all partaked in like certain challenges. So, did like a handball in through the target challenge between two groups. That was really fun, actually. It was a close one. Did some goal kicking. I was shit. Did some kicking. I was actually good with kicking. I remember Tommy Mitchell kicked one lace out and I took it in front of me in the air, running for a lead. He probably didn't try hard with that kick, but it was a still lace out kick to me and it felt like it went pretty quickly. And a few of the other things we did were pretty fun as well. So good day overall. Then afterwards, went to Jethro's, which is a really underrated cafe that I probably shouldn't talk too much more about. I'm just saying that they have fucking really good toasties there. And I needed food because, as I said before, I didn't end up having any food after Laneway because by the time all that stuff finished and I got back and the gigs and the sets and shit stopped, it was like 11 p.m. It was the most crowded walk back to the station you'd ever freaking imagine. Couldn't get food at the station because we had to make the next train. We didn't want to wait an extra 30 minutes. It was just a fucking piece of shit. And then when I got home, there was no food in the fridge and it was like 1:30. I wasn't going to cook up noodles to piss everyone else off in the house. So that toasty probably tasted even better considering I had not eaten anything since like 3 o'clock and it was 12:25. And then afterwards I went to KFC and had something else to eat because I was too hungry. So yeah, overall a good week. Got to hang out with people from the community and also from my friend group from school. So it was a bit of a balance, IRL and the community. Streaming, I got a few streams going. I got some videos done. So great week. And hopefully this week I can continue to be productive. So far this week, I released my video yesterday. I haven't been as productive, I don't think, actually, to be fair, because I'd like to get my chips video out that I filmed in America and Australia. And I would also like to get out a Would You Rather video, which I have not filmed yet, but I'm about to film. And another one maybe on the weekend. So maybe 4 videos. I've already uploaded one at least this week, which isn't too bad. And obviously the stream. So yeah, today what I've been doing, I have a video with a lot of content creators and the big content creators, like a heap of them. I'm not going to disclose it though, but I've been having to literally find dates all around the morning. I've got like 25 locked in, or not 25, I've got like 18 locked in times to film throughout the week, and I've got like quite a few to do later today. So yeah, that's going to be a fucking hassle. I think, yesterday I also got on the Hoop Show podcast as well, which is good to get on. I think I talking to Ben or I forgot the other guy's name actually, which sounds pretty bad, but he was a really, really good guy to talk to. And I'll probably work another video today and go to the gym later tonight. But that's my fucking life. I really don't think people here need to know everything, but some people care. I don't know. It's something to listen to. Not everyone has to listen to it. I'll talk about my sleeping routine though, because obviously I've had a shit routine for quite some time. Last week when I reacted to some of my old videos, or it might have been a week ago, before, I was going to bed at like 3 in the morning on a school night in year 12, like fucking badge sort of shit right there. I know it was still lockdown sort of time, so I could get up if I wanted to literally as the classes start, and that's what I do. I literally would set, I'd have my eyes open when the class starts, or if anything, I still have shut eye whilst the class is whilst the class is starting, and I'm just starting to actually waken myself, at like 8:55, 9 o'clock. Sorry, I just kicked my mic over. I just kicked my mic over though. Don't know why I did that. But yeah, I literally, as the class started, maybe 5 minutes into the class, I'd actually start freaking paying attention, turning my camera on because I'd still be trying to wake up because I would try and catch up on as much sleep as possible. Lockdown was an interesting period, to be honest with you. Some of it was good, but I just kind of wish I had a normal year 12 at the end of the day. But it would have made it more difficult to keep posted on YouTube. And maybe if it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't be where I am right now on YouTube. Like, genuinely, there's a chance. COVID could actually be a blessing in disguise for that sort of stuff. But my sleeping schedule has gotten better this week because of the fact that I have to get up early for work. And because of the fact that I've literally just shifted my entire body clock after I got back from America and Mexico to getting up early. is a probably a net positive. Even if I go to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm not staying up till fucking 12 or 1, waking up and wasting half of the morning, which is what I've been doing for quite a lot of the time over the last few years. And even in the footy season, and you know what I mean? Like, if I need to get a tips video out, I would have planned to maybe wake up at 8:30 and have a chill day of just putting the video out. Instead, I get up at 1 and it's all rushed and shit like that. It just, it means I waste time. I have less time in the day to do things I want. B, I'm literally having to rush videos out, which means the quality of the videos are going to be worse. C, when that happens and I finally upload, normally I upload not at the time that I want to. It's a little bit later, which sometimes affects the video's performance. And sometimes I can have days where it's 5 o'clock and I've literally like eaten fuck all because all I've been doing is editing because I've gotten up so late. And it's just such a shit day. It really is such a shit routine to have. So the routines right now that I'm following are a lot better, which is good for me and my mental health, I guess, and all that sort of stuff. So I've been getting up like at 9. Sometimes I get up at 9. I'm on my phone for an hour and get up at 10. But it's just a step in the right direction. Again, today I got up at 9:30. I haven't really been doing a lot apart from just filming and just getting a few of those things sorted. But it's been still pretty productive. Look, I have this film, it hasn't been nearly as bad as some of the other days. I've had 100%, like, fuck me. So yeah, my sleep's getting better, which is good. I'm waking up earlier. I'm not going to bed as late. And I don't think I'm going to be streaming for no reason so late anymore either, because there's no point, especially if it was on a work night. So there's no point. But yeah, I mean, on a work night, as I said before, work's been pretty good. I'll quickly talk about that. I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but yeah, it's been good. I mainly work in the produce area, so that's sort of where the fruit and veggies and all that sort of stuff done. So I just sort of move pallets in and out and stock and shit like that. And I'm getting better with customers as well. Like at the start, they'd ask me a question. I remember they asked me a question that I should have known. Where were the what was it? It was, I think, where the mushrooms were, and I had no idea because it was like my second day, so I just had to say I was new. But now I know most of the store, which is good. And I'm doing some other areas as well. Like I do sometimes front end, which is like the cash registers, and a few of the things I still don't know because I've only done it like a couple times. Like, for example, someone wanted to take cash out. I didn't know how the fuck to do that. And I was sort of put under pressure because it was during a period where there were like queues aplenty. There was like 4 people in line, and I was like the only one at that stage at that area. So I'm like, what do I do? I didn't know what I was doing. I don't want to like fuck him over or tell him that I can't do it for no reason other than the fact that I didn't know how. So I just asked the manager, and it sometimes can be embarrassing, but you got to ask, because if you don't ask, you're not going to ever learn. And I'm sure they want you to do that as opposed to just fucking up or guessing. So yeah, that's going pretty well. I'm not too sure if I'll continue working all year. Maybe not, maybe yes. We'll see how the footy season content goes. Maybe I'll need more hours up my sleeves for that. And I remember also the shift I had on the Friday, it might have been, or Thursday, they had a new flavour of Prime. I'll quickly talk about Prime because I've been starting to try some more of the new flavours in America and Mexico. Sorry, not America and Mexico, mainly America. I got the Cherry Freeze. I got the Dodgers one. I didn't even know that was a flavour. I'm pissed because I think I lost it on the plane back. I can't find it in the suitcase at all, and we've unpacked already. So that is a pain. That is really frustrating and unfortunate because that's like $40. It's not the biggest deal, but it's like the only reason I bought it wasn't to really try it or because of the drink. It was more for the bottle, just so it looked cool and so I can show people that I have it. It maybe sounds like a bit of a wanker for that. I got the Cherry Freeze one. It was at Walmart for $1.88. And I found the lemonade one at Woolies. I didn't even know how they had that there. So that was one of the few flavours I've never tried. I did finish it. I was going to actually try it on the chat with Cardy, but it's too late. I was meant to film this a little bit earlier in the week. It's all right, to be fair, but it's never like Prime for me. People either significantly overrate it or not significantly, but like slightly underrated, because I don't think it's that bad. People making out that it's like the plague. It's really not that bad. It's all right, but it's definitely not a hydration drink, and that's how they've been promoting it. And it's like I almost feel more thirsty if I drink a Prime bottle than if I didn't sometimes. Like if I'm stuck in the Sahara Desert, I guess it's better than not having anything to drink liquid-wise. But if I'm stuck in the Sahara Desert and you had the option of a bottle of water or a bottle of Prime, I don't give a fuck what Logan Paul and all that try and tell you that and feed down your brain or whatnot. You're going the water because water is genuinely going to help you and it has the nutrients. Prime, I don't know what they have in a bottle of Prime, but I don't think it's good for you. Like I wouldn't be drinking, 2 or 3 bottles a day and expecting that it's going to make you a better person with your physical health, particularly if you're already unhealthy. So I don't know. I mean, people, it's a, I don't know. Prime, people don't really buy it because of the actual taste of the drink. They do it because of what Prime actually is. Obviously made by massive influencers, KSL, Logan Paul, making the drink extremely popular. Yeah, Prime is definitely more like a symbol of, showing off and flexing as opposed to just the drink in itself. Because of the fact that the popularity of the drink went so high due to the scarcity and the demand and all, particularly in Australia, like everyone just went crazy for it and everyone made videos trying the new flavors. So realistically, the only time I would ever have Prime nowadays is if there's a new flavor, and I think that's the same with a lot of people. Just realistically to see if it tastes any good, to see if it's better than the other ones. And I normally keep the bottle because I give it to them. The bottles look very nice. They look better than majority of other, beverage bottles and all that because each flavor actually has its own unique, color and it has its own unique, attributes to it. So I think it's pretty cool. But for the most part, Prime is sort of overrated. I think it's just average. It's sort of okay, but I definitely would prefer Gatorade or Powerade over Prime because it's just a better drink in general. It tastes better, I think. Not as medicine-y. It has more electrolytes. You actually would probably need some Gatorade if you have a big workout maybe, or if you... More like after a big footy game and you lose a lot of your electrolytes that you lost. So I remember I had a massive footy game in juniors. It was one of my best games and... I felt like, fuck, I need something. And then I had a Gatorade after the game and that felt so much better. Or sometimes if you're sick, you'd have a Gatorade. I'd say the best flavors would be probably the lemon lime or the blue bolt, I'd say. The 2 staple flavors. But I wouldn't say it's a drink that you would have just because of the taste. And a lot of people drink it for the taste. And I guess that's how you know it's a pretty good drink if it tastes that good that you would drink it literally just because of the fact that it tastes nice. It's definitely not designed for fat asses on the couch drinking it whilst watching TV, and it shouldn't be. And I've seen this in America. It shouldn't really be served as an item, as a drink item on like the drink dispensers in fast food restaurants, and they do it in friggin' America. If you want to go to like a Chick-fil-A and dispense a drink into your cup, Gatorade's an option, and I don't think it should be an option because, well, I mean it can be, but like it's just the fact that people are going to get fucking Gatorade and sit on their ass and have like a massive chicken sandwich and go back home and probably watch TV. They're not actually doing anything that really should be entitling them to a Gatorade. But a lot of people these days, like I'd sometimes drink it if it's just really hot, but at least I'm losing sweat. But that's just something I've noticed. A lot of drink varieties in America and Mexico. Like in Australia, you've got Sprite, Coke, Fanta, and then if it's like Pepsi, Mountain Dew, there's limited. There's really not much at all variety in Australia, and there probably doesn't need to be. But in America, there's a heap more, like at the fast food place. Like sometimes certain places would have like futuristic really, drink dispensers, and you can literally mix any flavor with whatever you want. So if you realistically wanted like a mango Dr. Pepper, you could have a mango Dr. Pepper, which I don't know if that would taste any good, but yeah, so before, like they've got Dr. Pepper. I actually like cherry flavored beverages, so I actually went for the Dr. Pepper variety a lot of the times, or the new drinks, like Minute Maid was almost better than Solo or Lift. I'd be honest with you, probably better. It was actually quite nice. High C, I think that's like fruit punch, which is good as well. A lot of the variants were pretty good. They've got root beer, A&W, trying to think of some other things that they'd have. They have different varieties of Cokes, a Coke Cherry as well, which I thought was pretty good. So when I was in America and I was at the fast food place, or just having drinks in general, I wouldn't go for what you can get in Australia, because why would you? Like you realistically can just get a Coke, but why would you? We went to a massive Coke store in Florida. not Florida. Oh yeah, in Florida and Orlando, at Miami Springs, Disney Springs. Sorry, that's what it's called. Why did I say Miami? You might have seen it in the vlog, but there was this massive Coke store, 3 stories that had heaps of shit that you probably wouldn't get anywhere else, shit that you probably don't need. Like, they have Coca-Cola board games, which a lot of the stuff is definitely excessive, but it's a Coke store. Like, you know, what else are you going to expect them to sell? They're not going to sell Pepsi products or anything like that. So that sort of stuff's pretty cool. I didn't buy any of that sort of stuff. I was considering it, but I didn't need it. It was just sort of impulse buying if it was for me to buy like a fucking Coke board game. But I wanted to try at least something different, and you could try so many different flavors of Coke there. There was an option where you can buy a cup, and they had one of those drink fountains or those drink machines with all the different flavors. You have like 6 or 7 different refills until like it runs out. There's like a little scan at the bottom, so I'd always just fill up to like maybe a third of the way of the cup and have it a try, and if I didn't like it, I'd just refill it, because I didn't want to put in a full one, and if I didn't like it, it'd be a bit of a waste. But you can mix and match, you can really do whatever you want. That was pretty cool. But my grandma, she went there and all she got was a normal Coke. Same with my mum. I know normal Coke might be the best Coke, whatever, fucking, whatever you do, you, but if you're going to go to a Coke shop in fucking America, and you're probably not going to get the chance to go there ever again, or maybe not in quite some time, and not get the opportunity to have a new beverage, it doesn't even have to be Coke. There were other options. Why would you just get the normal Coke variant that you could get anywhere in the world? You can get it in Australia at your local milk bar. You can get it fucking anywhere. So I don't understand that. Like, were you really craving a Coke that badly? Like, obviously they're still going to sell normal variants of Coke in the Coke shop, and probably it's the most popular beverage still. But I don't know. I think it's a waste if you're getting that when you could get so many of the other options. In Orlando, we didn't go to Disney World. We went to Universal instead of Disney World. I don't know. I didn't really care. I would love to go to Disney World one. Not like I'm not fucking got it on my bucket list, but it would be nice. Universal was still good. They have a massive park. They've got 3 parks. One was closed. But you really can't go to all 3 in a day, not even 2. You really have to go to 1 a day, and really spend maybe 4 or 5 days there, and then maybe stay at the resort. So we just went to the Island of Adventures theme park. We're obviously getting there early because it's a 1-day pass, so you'd be wasting your money if you went there like at 1 p.m. when the park opens at 10, I believe it was, and it closes at 7. So we stayed the entire time because it'd be, again, a waste if you didn't go the entire time. And unlike, I think, Movie World and all that sort of stuff, they close a little bit earlier. So at least with Universal, it's a little bit later. And it's sort of cool because for the last hour and a bit, the theme park was working at night, which I don't think I've ever been to Gold Coast and on any of the rides at the Movie World, Dream World, all that at night. So it was cool to see that the rides lit up. I remember some of the rides were pretty good. Like the, what was it called? The Velocicoaster, I think that's what it was called. The Jurassic Park one, pretty much, the Jurassic World coaster. That was fucking good as, like, apparently the top 3 roller coaster in the world. And the good thing is, when the park is soon to close, the last hour and a half, you can go on the rides without having to wait as long in the lines. Because I remember the first time we had to queue up quite some time. Fucking the Harry Potter ride. So many people, I think, overrate Harry Potter and just queued up just for the sake that it was Harry Potter. I didn't care that it was Harry Potter because I don't care. I couldn't care less. Harry Potter, good for you. Whatever, franchise, this and that, but I don't really watch Harry Potter. The ride was freaking good. It was one of the best theme rides because it wasn't the most thrilling ride, thrill-seeking ride. It was still actually a very good roller coaster, but it wasn't the most thrill-seeking ride I've ever been on. But the way they incorporated the Harry Potter characters and all that into the ride and everything, like it was really good. You can tell, it's a top-tier theme park when they're doing that sort of stuff. It was definitely the top tier theme park. The Hulk ride was also one of the better ones, the roller coaster there, and they had some other rides as well. I think we ended up going on 7, but from the 7, pretty much every single one except for like 1 or 2 we went multiple times. And at the end, literally there was no queue somehow. Like, fucking hell, you could be waiting for over an hour sometimes, and you can just be waiting for less than 2 minutes. So we didn't go to Disneyland because, again, or whatever, Disney World, because it was we had 5 days there, So we only really went to one theme park. And theme parks are fucking expensive. Like, fuck me. $240 I think I ended up spending on just the one ticket. Like, I was really not annoyed, but I was like, geez, I better make the most out of this because I didn't expect it to be this expensive. I thought 150 maybe. Fair enough if it's over 100. That's what it is in movie world. But like, inflation, I guess, taking advantage of the tourists and all that sort of stuff. I don't even want to know how much it would cost to go to all of them for a yearly pass or something like that, or Disney World, because the reason why we didn't go there was because of the fact that it was expensive. Okay, so the alternative, it's a $240 pass then. But Disney World probably maybe better. I don't know. They said the happiest place on earth, but fucking me. I mean, you can still have a shit time though, I feel. Like, you really could. What if you fall off a roller coaster or one of your loved ones does that? Is it still the happiest place in the world? I don't think that's ever happened before in Disney World, but I mean, maybe. You never know. So it didn't go there, but we went to Disney Springs, as I said before, the Coke store. That was pretty cool. And then after the ordeal at Universal, I went to the food court. They had like this food court there, and I had to film one of the videos for my chips video, and then I filmed another one afterwards because we tried Raising Cane's. And yeah, that was actually. I don't know what I was expecting leading into it because I knew everyone was hyping it up, and I only found out about the place like 3 months before leaving because I was watching like a YouTube video. I think his channel might have been called Company Man, and what he does is essentially just going over like various well-known brands and sort of like the rise and fall, the history, that sort of stuff intrigues me and interests me. And what I actually remember doing when OG Fortnite came back, some days when I couldn't be fucked making a video and I was just in my room, I would be playing OG Fortnite by myself during the day because I kind of didn't want to play with squads because I couldn't be asked until like, unless I played on like a stream or something or someone else's, just to get better and maybe get a few good kill games. I'd have a Company Man video. I'd play those fucking videos for 4 hours straight whilst playing Fortnite. For some reason, that is one of the better videos to watch whilst playing a video game. I don't know why. It's just interesting to listen to in the background. So, anyways, again, going on a tangent. Cane's was very good. The chicken, it's probably the best chicken I had all trip, and the fries were very good as well. But I'm not going to spoil anything because I got to do a chips video is going to be out soon. But the chips were good, I have to say. I'll have to admit, we waited 25 minutes in line for the food, but it was probably worth it for sure. And I wanted to take home a cane sauce as well because of the fact that they rave and rant about the cane sauce. Bad idea because it got punctured on the way back home and my entire bag was fucking covered. Luckily, it was just the front pocket. But if it wasn't the front pocket, well, all I'll say is that all of my equipment, all of my clothes, it just would have been a complete fucking mess. I did take quite a bit of equipment to USA and Mexico. I took my Elgato key light. I only ended up using it once because ultimately it was very difficult to film in the place we stayed at. The first hotel was in Hollywood. It was a really unique hotel for the fact that it was like themed on like, the location. So obviously Hollywood actors, Hollywood celebrities and all that. So every room would have its own Hollywood actor and like on the wall and all that sort of stuff. So it was pretty cool, but I didn't care like that much about it. But I couldn't film there, and not like I wanted to, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't film there. We had 2 beds, and I remember one night my sister was being she was so annoying. She was really pissing me off. I wanted to watch the Big Bash, Melbourne Renegades, Melbourne Stars. I think it was Finch's last game. I know I had to stay up pretty late to watch it, but I fucking was like, who cares? I'm going to stay up to watch it. And she wouldn't fucking let me have my laptop open whilst in the bed. She would complain about the fact that the light was too bright. So I literally had to watch it in the bathroom. And also another night I had to edit one of my vlogs in the bathroom. It was so freaking annoying. Like, she was complaining way too much. I remember I was trying to plug in my laptop's charger in the bathroom because it was a little bit difficult to do so for some reason because of the fact that obviously America, different outlets than Australia, so we needed a little converter, and the converter wasn't working, so I had to plug it in a couple times. She got so mad at me when I dropped it on the floor by accident, but it shouldn't have been that loud. She could have just let it slide, but no, she started the biggest fit of all time. I had to be quiet for 30 minutes. I had to now wait 30 minutes just so I can plug it back in. So it just made editing really difficult. And then the next hotel was quite a bit better. It was like more of a resort, honestly, in Orlando. Really good one. Facilities that I probably should have taken more advantage over, to be fair. Because I look back on this and I think I will definitely regret fucking some of the time I wasted. One of the days, I didn't leave my bed till 2:30 in the afternoon. No reason, I just didn't fucking do anything. It was the first night, I think, and it was maybe because I stayed up late doing that stream. But I don't get it, because now it's like, I think if I get up later than 10, I'm sort of wasting my time. But I'm in my fucking house, so it's not like I'm missing out on that much. But comparing it to, like, a trip in America, fuck. I will regret that, actually. And it wasn't just in America. I remember also the first Mexican... Every place, realistically, apart from LA, I slept in past 2 on certain occasions. But I'm not going to count the Mexico City one, because if you guys watch that vlog, and I'll talk a little bit more about that before the end of this finished podcast, that wasn't really my fault. I had COVID. I couldn't really get up. I felt as sick as a dog. I was literally spending the entire day with the dog. By the way, great dog to spend time with. She loved me for some reason. Yeah, I got the COVID because of the fact probably that I was walking around Mexico by myself for 4 hours aimlessly trying to upload a video, which I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But anyway, back to the hotels and being so difficult to film. I mean, I freaking couldn't film much there either as well, because I had to film outside if I wanted to film a video. And filming outside's difficult. I've tried to film outside before. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I remember Mansfield. I thought, oh yeah, it'd be a good idea. This is before I realised that maybe I should just pre-record videos if I go on holidays instead of doing it there. I wanted to do a video recording like a list of the biggest suspensions in AFL history. I never ended up filming that video, and maybe one day I will, as it's starting to rain again. But I thought it'd be a good idea to film the video outside and like in the middle of like all the nature, really, like because Mansfield, that trip and sort of those holidays is more of a nature holiday instead of like going to like a city. So we spent more time bushwalking, fishing, stuff like that. So, you know, I don't even think we had internet in that room. We had to go to reception for internet. So it was quite difficult. And it was just too noisy. The birds were chirping. The lighting wasn't great. Fucking hell. Does it want to get any more heavy? I am filming something. Please shut up. I might have to talk, raise my voice a little bit. Right now, if I filmed outside in the rain, that would be a bit of a disaster. I think I actually did film a video once outside and it started raining. I remember I also filmed a video outside when my lights were broken a couple of years ago. Fucking hell. A couple of years ago, and that was a disaster as well, because a guy thought it would be a great idea to start mowing his lawn, and it wouldn't stop, so I couldn't film there. It'd be too loud. Maybe back in the day, I would get away with a video like that quality-wise, because I'm looking back at some of my old videos and I'm going, Jesus Christ, the lighting, the audio, the camera quality, fuck me. I'd re-record that, but nowadays I obviously would, but not then. I remember as well in Cairns, some people might remember this, I filmed a video, and I still got it out actually, outside. That's the weirdest place I've ever recorded a video. Outside the resort hotel, and it was not a vlog, it was a sit-down tear maker, like a Power Rankings video. You could hear the birds chirping, it looked like I was in the middle of a freaking jungle. Pretty cool setup and backdrop, not gonna lie, comparing it to my normal one, but definitely an interesting location to film a video in, for sure. And I'd also say another interesting place I recorded, which wasn't that far back, comparing to the time of when I filmed that video in Cairns. It was like a week ago. I filmed a video outside where I played AFL Evolution 2 in a swimming pool, like filming a gaming video outside in the swimming pool. It was a good idea though, actually. Maybe I could do it again with AFL 23 if the game becomes fucking good. Oh, that's another subject for another podcast, the downfall of AFL 23, because fucking hell, it is not a good game. It was such a disaster, a letdown as well. But probably, I think it was the power might have actually gone out as I'm recording this. The power has just gone out. Wow. Okay. I need to review this footage. I think you can hear me, but it is ridiculously heavy at the moment. And maybe let's just revert to the talk of the weather now. Like, fuck, the weather has been crazy the last few days. Heat wave to ridiculous rain and wind. I think the wind's making it sound worse than what it is. It's making it really difficult for me to hear myself, and lights are flickering around the house. So crazy scenes. You wouldn't want to be filming a video in the weather that that's happening right now. I'm trying to think actually. Any times I've tried to film like a vlog in the rain, because and we're gonna finish the thing really soon as well, maybe in 5 minutes. But I'm just trying to think. Potentially you can make the argument that the GWS v St Kilda game, that was a difficult one, because I remember when we went, it was in Sydney, our really heavy, like the whole week leading into it was like this ridiculously heavy rain and all that, rainfall. We got lucky, the game wasn't as wet as it should have been, and I guess, given I'm a Saints fan, it doesn't really get that bad, because obviously most games are in Marvel, the roof closed. Like, of the games I went to last year, not a lot would have been rainy. I'll try and think. Collingwood v Richmond, round 3 it was, Friday night. That was a bad one, but we were undercover, so, you know, ultimately fine. Gatherand was actually pretty bad. Essendon v Melbourne at the end, and also Port v Bulldog. It wasn't bad in the case that I didn't enjoy it. It was just quite heavy, but fuck, the rain made it better. Gatherand, probably the wettest vlog I've ever done, but the funnest, arguably. So fun. Yeah, that was elite. Richmond St Kilda at the MCG in the middle of the year. That was pretty heavy, like really bad, the conditions after half time. Luckily I was undercover. Richmond Sydney actually Gatherand as well was also pretty bad with the rain. Now that I think about it, every single Richmond game tends to be a bad one. Like, I feel like Richmond last year were in so many wet weather games, like at least 6 or 7. I don't think any finals that I attended were wet. I think for the most part that might actually be it for the wet games of footy that I've been to, because, you know, interstate for the most part I've been fine apart from Gatherand. Yeah, I don't really go to many footy games that are wet. Like, in my last 4 years of making content, I have been very lucky with the weather. I haven't needed to sit in a shit spot for the weather, I don't think at all. It would be good though to have one vlog, even if it's at RSCA, the practice match where it's torrential rain. It would make for a good title, maybe a good TikTok. And if the game's shit, you know, if lightning storms occur, how good would that be for a title and thumbnail? Fuck me, you'd be dreaming. You really would be. So, yeah, I'm still trying to think of games. Like, yeah, Sydney v GWS v St Kilda, and, you know, you're pretty much, that's it. Like, that's literally it. So, yeah, there might be more that I missed, to be fair, but it doesn't really matter. The only reason I was talking about all that shit because it was the rain, yeah, raining and all that outside. But anyways, I probably will wrap things up now because I need to get around to doing some other stuff, obviously. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. And I really do hope that the freaking rain hasn't fucked you over with the audio that much. I am going to probably get a new mic soon, so if I get a new mic, I'll use that mic for the chat with Cardy. I actually want to get one before opening round. Well, definitely before opening round. I'd almost say before Richmond v Melbourne, but that's going to be a stretch. I'm going to have to order it very soon and get a new boom arm. Before we head off, though, let me just quickly feed you in on some of the content that we are going to be, I'm not really a part of a team. I'm going to be scheduling for the next few weeks. So this week, the Chips video, I really want to get that out. The sooner the better. I've got tomorrow's Would You Rather video, and I still might be getting one out on the weekend, similar to my comebacks, not the comebacks, so the upsets video last week, so maybe a comeback video. Next week, what do we have next week? Shit, I don't actually have plans for videos next week. I need to get out my American interviewing video next week, actually, so maybe that's a time I could get out on like a Thursday. I'm not sure. Yeah, next week, so far, not too sure yet, but I'll have some videos in mind. Maybe a big calls video or something like that. The week after, though, that's when the content starts getting quite a bit more busy. Let me just quickly go up on the calendar to see the dates for that, because I need to be careful. I think Monday I will upload my... or actually, no, next week I'll upload on Saturday the Essendon v St Kilda practice game vlog. So that'll be on the 24th. Then the week after, that is... the week before opening round, I probably need to release my AFL ladder predictions. I might get out a predicting every single round video. I'll need to probably release... Jeez. So, okay, the week after is going to be super hectic. So that week, Monday, I'm going to have to release that vlog for the practice game. On Tuesday, I'm going to have to release the video where opening round tips. Yeah, opening round tips. That video with all the creators I was talking about that week as well. And predicting every result on Squiggle might need to come out that week, possibly, maybe the week before. And that doesn't include any of the other ones that I've got also that I can't really reveal. So, the week of opening round, as fucking hell, that is a massive, massive strike of thunder. I heard that one from a mile away. And there was also like a lightning strike just about at the same time. So I'm in the middle of a storm right now, but I'm going to wrap things up. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment down below what you thought of it. And if this ends up being a premiere, which I don't think it will, but if it does, maybe I'll do another premiere because it gets the chat, talking whilst the episode's going. So thank you all for listening. We'll see you soon in the next one of these. Hopefully not another 2 year break.